Talk about everything we're doing.
Alrighty.
Sound like a plan?
It does.
So here we are. We're our radio is on 123.3.
It is.
Our altimeter is set to 68 feet. You might need to adjust your altimeter there just down a little bit. Take it twisted to the left, or to the right. Sorry, a little more. We want to be just below 100.
Okay, well it's
or just below 1.
Oh, just below 1. Okay, there we go.
There you go. Cool. My belts are secure, your belts are secure.
Yep.
There is no ballast in the glider. Our canopies are going to be the last thing we do. Cable is a tow rope that is connected. Controls. Oh. Controls are free, clear, and correct. Dive brakes, we're going to push those in, stow them and lock them. We'll push it hard forward, stowed and locked. Directional wind, emergency procedure. Below 200 feet, we're going to find somewhere else to land. 200 feet is our turnaround altitude off the end of the runway. Trim is set in the aft position.
That's the green knob, right?
Yep. Directional wind is calm. Emergency procedure. So canopy's down and locked. So my canopy's down, you have the hand right above your head, nice and easy, and then both white handles forward, down and locked. Perfect.
Well,
we're ready to go. You ready?
This is a barbecue.
Yeah, it is. Oh. 800 will go straight out to the north 4,000.
Yeah, north 4,000.
All right, here we go. We're gonna wag the rudder back and forth. That's the signal to take off.
Williams, 800 Zulu battery, showed about 34 Williams.
Use the rudder to get steering down the runway.
We move out pretty quick.
Get a little bit of stick back, just enough to get the nose off the ground and feel it starting to fly, and then we're just going to ease over. And we're going to sit about 20 feet off the ground here, 10 feet off the ground, as we're waiting for him to get out of ground effect and start climbing. See him start to climb?
Yeah.
Now we're going to keep his wings on the horizon as we climb out.
Means we've got to pull back on the
We got to give it a little bit of back pressure, yeah, and we just don't want to get below him because that's where his prop wash is. So we're just sitting back here, but it's really light control input, right?
Yeah, I'm touching with my fingers while you're doing this. So
that's all. I'm just barely flying with fingertips as we're up here. Doesn't take much at all.
Hey, I've seen this before.
Right?
Probably. This work the same way as on a sailboat. If my body's here, this is going to go the other direction.
So I want to step in the direction I want it to go. So if it's pointed to the left like this,
yeah.
I have too much left rudder. I need a little bit of right rudder.
Gotcha. Okay.
So as we're sitting here, we're just nice and easy right behind the tow plane.
I gotta look around, stand by.
And we can give it a little bit of back pressure, a little bit of forward pressure, and just kind of hang out back here.
Now what's the prop wash do to us?
Nothing right now, we're above it.
Oh, okay.
So, but if we get into it, we give it a little bit of forward pressure.
Oh my, yeah.
Feel it?
Yeah, you feel the buffeting.
But we can go fly below it, which is right there. Here we're out of the prop wash.
Okay, question for you. Does it piss that guy off when we do stuff like this?
No.
Okay.
No, so this is one of our tow maneuvers. So since we're down here anyway, I'm going to show you, we do box in the wake. We're going to fly around the prop wash without touching it besides going through the middle. So we went through the middle. Can you see the mirror on the tow plane? It's just below the horizontal stabilizer.
Mirror?
Yeah, see that rear view facing mirror just in front of his cockpit? There's a little silver thing.
No, I think I got it.
Alright, it's sitting on the corner of the horizontal stabilizer. We sit here in this outside position as a tow maneuver. And then we climb up to high tow.
Oh, I see it now.
Right here. And now we're in high tow. What we're trying to do is just demonstrate stability in formation flying. I'm not looking at the tail plane right now. I'm looking straight ahead at the mountain, and my fuselage is parallel to his, so I can sit here all day long in this position. If I don't like the position, I release the rudder and I keep the wings level, watch the rope pull me back in line. See that?
Yeah.
So we can go all the way around the box. Now I'm going to go out to the right, nice and controlled. And we're going to come down nice and controlled. So it's just proving and demonstrating the ability to fly around the prop wash. What it really does for us, I mean, A, it's just a demonstrating maneuver, right? To show that I can fly on tow.
Right.
From a check ride perspective. But what it really does is show me that if I get upset or out of position, I can just fly formation with the tow plane and then recover nice and smooth. We don't have to be crazy. Because we have a lot of momentum that can get built up back here, right? It's like being behind a ski boat.
So if I'm following along, if you feel uncomfortable, you could just center up a bit the rope pull you back where you need to be.
Yeah, I guess upset isn't so much an uncomfortable feeling as much as an upset attitude. So if I go through a thermal right now and we get bumped out of position, see that? I'm flying away from the tow plane relatively quickly. If I don't fix it by rolling back in and level and sitting here for a second, we can get out of whack very quick, very fast.
Yeah, I saw
If
it.
I freaked out and started flying back towards the tow plane, see how fast we get?
Oh.
And now we start to get all over the place, and they can get out of hand pretty quick. Unless we recover with a nice big roll and back to recover. So we can get the thing back under control, but it's easy to get it out of control.
Oh, so look at that.
So if I start to get out of control, and I'm used to flying a formation with the tow plane, I look straight ahead, ignore the tow plane, fly wings level, and then let it all settle down. It seems counterintuitive in that moment to not look at the tow plane, right?
It does.
But it fixes things.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole time I said, okay, don't look at the tow plane. Don't look at the tow plane.
But it's like watching a bicyclist on the side of the road, right?
Yeah.
If you look at the bicyclist, what are you going to do?
You're gonna go in
You're gonna hit the bicyclist, right? If you look down the road or look at the fog line, you're not gonna hit them. Same theory, right?
That makes sense.
It's hard to do, but it makes sense. As on most things in life, right?
Yeah. I've had one or two anyway.
Yeah. All right. So, but like I said, it's pretty sensitive here. The big thing is we have to really control the adverse yaw. Everyone wants to get in here and fly the ailerons, but look at the nose. See how it starts gyrating?
Yeah.
Because why?
Oh, because
I'm not using any rudder.
and this thing has a small cross section.
Exactly.
So it's not going to weather bane.
But here, if I use a lot of rudder and not much aileron, see how it's much more controlled? And I can use rudder as a roll rate as well. See that?
Yeah.
So if I mostly control with rudder, and I can use a lot of it, feel that? I mean, I can kick it almost to the stop, and very little aileron, I'm going to be just fine. Do I give it a shot?
Yeah.
Alright. You've got control of glider here.
Alright. I'm just going to give it a little rudder and hold it.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna creep a little bit over to the right.
Okay.
Okay, the other right.
A little right rudder.
Yeah.
And just hold that in. We don't want to cross control, just a little rudder. There you go.
Am I over operating?
No, that's good. You're doing good. You can drop one down. Perfect.
Okay. Look at the horizon. Come on, Keith. Okay, I was doing that on purpose, looking at the left and right.
Good. We're approaching 4,000 feet, so we're gonna go ahead and get off tow here, okay?
Okay.
So I've got it back.
Okay.
You're good. It's kind of interesting, right?
You have it.
So here we're gonna pop off. We're gonna pull the release. We're gonna hear a little pop and be on our own. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that just feels really strange.
Yep. That is called buyer's remorse.
See you, dude.
Later. Now, we can do nothing but fall towards the ground, right? In a very controlled fashion. So we're gonna come back around. We wanna release, we wanna brake left, or brake right every time, but then we wanna come back around to the left to just watch the tow plane, because he's our known traffic at this point, right? Gotcha. Now we're gonna come around to the south and point back towards town and realize that it's a ways away. We're about 9 miles from the airfield.
Already?
Yep. So this is the town of Maxwell, just off our left side, or right side rather.
Don't blink.
The town of Calusa is over our left, and Williams is straight ahead. So now we'll talk about airspeeds a little bit, talk about adverse yaw, and then I'm gonna let you have the thing, okay?
Okay.
So first off, this is our 50 knot attitude.
Just a second, I gotta hang up on this guy. Oh crap, I hit the hang up on, but he's gonna call again.
That's alright.
I'll keep the phone here. Alright, I'm good. I'm good.
You do have a little pocket over your right shoulder if you want to stick it in there.
Oh,
that's an easy place to. There you go. So, right now, this is our 50 knot attitude. So we're always going to fly in nose low attitude, which is kind of different for people, right? So the nose this low above the horizon, this is always the speed we want to come to. Yep, that's the sight picture we want to lock in. So I think if a water bottle sitting on the glare shield is the right distance off the horizon. That's just what I can envision.
That's going to be different.
But whatever, you know, it's always a descending picture. If we want to fly faster, we drop the nose an inch, set it, the glider's going to speed up, right?
Yeah.
If I want to slow down, I bring the nose to the horizon. And this is going to be my minimum sink attitude here, where I bring the nose up, I trim it back. You know, I'm hands and feet off the glider right now. This is slowing down. Yeah, this is nice, stable, doesn't take anything. The yaw string's looking straight back. I might need to hold a little bit of back pressure in here, but that's about it.
Wow.
And we're going to continue to slow down. I want to keep the nose right on the horizon. Minimum sink, we're descending at 120 feet per minute right now. We can sit in the air for a very, very long time.
What's telling me that? This guy here?
Well, not really. The Vario's not, that's just our minimum sink performance speed. The Vario doesn't really indicate it very well. So, as we speed up, we'll get it back up to 50 knots. We drop that nose back to that water battle height, right? And the glider's gonna speed up. I'm gonna trim forward just a little bit, feel that green tab move forward.
I see.
And now I just wanna tell if I'm trimmed. If I let go of the stick, see how that nose drops away a little bit? So I'm gonna pull the trim back until it just sets there. I'm keeping a real light pressure on the stick, and I'm just seeing what the nose is doing. See how
you're shooting for this point.
Yep. So I'm really adjusting just nice and fine motions in here to make sure the nose doesn't move. So now again, I'm hands and feet off. It's flying about 50, 55 knots. So this is my speed I like to fly. Now we can try a couple of turns. So if I only use the aileron,
it's just gonna roll.
See how much adverse yaw I had though?
Yeah.
If I only use the rudder,
you're gonna grab.
See how it rolls right on around and I come back to neutral? It rolled nice and it's kind of nice there, right?
Yeah.
But if I use mostly rudder and a little bit of aileron, I can get a really quick roll rate. When I'm here, now I'm in my turn, everything is back to neutral, stick and rudder, and I'm hands off the controls again. My hands and feet are in my lap.
Wow.
And it's just gonna sit here and just keep turning uninterrupted. If I wanna roll back, left rudder, left aileron, roll all the way around, continued pressure in both. Now everything back to neutral again. Now my stick and rudder are neutral, the yaw string slightly to the top side wing, and that's where it wants to be.
Look at that. Okay.
Now I want to roll wings level, right rudder, right aileron, everything back to neutral. Feel that?
Yeah, I did.
So you really want to lead in with the rudder, and the key is to remember, it's really easy to want to push with both feet, being nervous and stuff right now.
Yeah.
But for my right foot to go forward, my left foot has to come backwards. So you have to relax your left foot, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
To get those nice, easy rudder. Otherwise, you'll sit here and you'll fight both feet, and you're like, I'm pushing hard on one rudder. Oh yeah, you're also pushing hard on the other.
Keep on your she's got Captain.
Exactly. All right, you ready to fly?
I am.
You're a glider.
Thank you, sir.
Let's do a couple of turns left and right, about 90 degrees heading deviation.
The rudder.
Yep, and then roll on in, and then everything back to neutral. When the aileron comes back to neutral, or the stick comes back to neutral, the rudder does too.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll in about 20 degrees of bank, or 30 degrees of bank to the right.
Where am I looking for that?
No, that's just a guesstimation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go to the right.
Yeah, let's go right. Right rudder. More. Keep pushing with the feet. More rudder. Relax your left foot. And then back to neutral. There you go. Nice.
This thing gives you a lot of it gives you a lot of warning.
Yeah, it does.
You can feel it coming for a ways.
Uh-huh. Now let's go back to the left.
Check. Left.
Lots of rudder, keep rolling, more aileron, keep turning, aileron in, and then back to neutral on both. So in the neutral, we want to stay in the turn. Let's do a 360-degree turn to the right this time.
Okay.
We're going to roll to the right, roll, 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 more rudder, more aileron, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. Now everything back to neutral on both. Just to the middle. See how we're rolling back out? We don't want to roll out of the turn. We just want enough to stay in the turn. Sorry, neutral being no more input either direction.
All right.
Not wings level.
I thought I kind of got the idea. Okay, stop doing it.
So here we see how basically if you let go of the stick, what happens? The nose drops a little bit, but mostly it stays in the turn.
Yeah.
Feel it wanting to roll out a little bit because of the dihedral, then we just tap the wing inside just a little bit. I just smacked the stick was all. And see how it stays in the turn? Just a little tap is all it takes.
Dang.
I'm not saying that that's where we want to fly, it's just tap all the time. But it doesn't take much to stay in that turn.
I mean, that's,
right?
Yeah, I feel what you're doing. That's almost no input.
Yeah, so you're really just flying with your fingertips as we're flying the whole time. And all of my flying can be done within an eighth of the inch of the stick if I'm going nice and slow.
Oh, crap. I think I'm going to like this.
Let's go ahead and roll in a little deeper. So rudder and aileron into the turn. Go to about 45 degrees bank. Keep rolling, more.
There.
More pressure. And then now everything back to neutral. Just to the middle.
Oh.
There we go, and we'll stay in this bank angle. So we want to make little adjustments, feel how that bank's coming out. We want to roll in and then back to the middle. And just sit right there. See how nothing's changing now?
Yeah.
And if we roll back the other direction, let's go left, right, or left aileron. Roll all the way through, keep rolling, and then everything back to neutral.
Woo.
Feel that?
Yes, I did.
Nice. And now let's roll back to wings level. Nice and smooth, right?
Yes.
So the key in training here is slow is smooth, smooth is fast, right? And so we just do everything nice and slow initially, nice easy banks, and then we'll get to the point where we can really kick this thing around. So like I said, I'm going to take it for a second. Like I said, this roll rate, right?
Yeah.
So we can be nice and gentle, but in the event that we need to get out of someone's way, if I'm going to yank it kind of hard into a left turn, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Oh my goodness.
It can definitely be maneuverable if we want it to.
Oh,
we can roll right on around a point and really get it to where it needs to be with a lot of control input. Right?
I'll be darned.
The key there is you just almost have to bury the rudder to the floor. You want to try that?
I don't know. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's yank and bang to the right.
Okay, to the right.
More rudder, keep going, push with your foot all the way to the floor, and then bring it on around. Now come hard to the left and just go full input both. More left rudder, more, keep rolling. There you go. Feel it kind of come around?
Yeah.
And then back to neutral. Nice.
Okay, back to neutral. Okay, I got a little nose down there. Was that cool to pull back?
Yeah, it's okay to pull back there, but we don't want to bring it all the way up to the horizon. We just want to pick the attitude that we want. You know, meaning that same water bottle below the horizon attitude.
Yeah.
And let's come back to the right 90 degrees. Nice job. And you see the key is finding that smooth input and playing around in there, right?
Okay, neutral. How far do we want to go?
Right here we'll roll out.
Okay. Oh, okay, now I've got something. Oh, there we go. I felt the airflow.
Yeah. Actually, I've got it for just a second.
Okay, you got it. What was happening there?
Feel that bump?
Yeah.
Hear that positive beeping?
Yes.
We are climbing. We're going up at 200 feet per minute.
Oh, so I felt that because we were getting shoved up.
Yep. And so we just climbed 100 feet in that turn. And hear that downtone there?
Yeah.
See on that little the little round instrument on the top right corner?
Yeah.
So that's showing that we're averaging up 0.1 over the last 30 seconds. So we've gone up 100 feet a minute over the last 35 seconds. There's just a little bubble of air.
There's just enough lift off these cloud fields.
Yep.
This is where I've come across it with my little Quicksilver before. I'm glad I'm in a cockpit because it usually throws crap on you.
Yeah. That's why everything's always secured in these things. But as we circle here, now we're kind of in some sync. But
okay, what gave it away to you besides the variometer?
My butt. Okay. You feel it in your butt. You feel that kind of rising air. Feel this kind of bubble here that we're in.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you hear it in the vario, that little beeping tone. And then you make those adjustments and you turn here and circle. And then you feel it kind of get a little heavy there for a second. You feel it kind of sinking in your gut. You learn to get calibrated to these things.
Yeah,
but
I'm not too calibrated right now.
But as you circle around, you can kind of, we've just done, 3 minutes here and we haven't lost 100 feet.
Son of a gun.
So this is kind of a very weak thermal here that we're trying to stick with. But we're maintaining altitude. We're sitting here right at 2,000 feet, not really losing anything, not really gaining anything.
Okay, question.
Yes.
Should I be looking for places to land if I get in trouble?
Yes. So anything below us that's dirt, we can put this thing in.
Oh, you can?
Yep.
I mean, that's the last thing I want to put a plane in.
Yeah, but again, these have the trailers, and I mean, it's not going to be fun, but it's somewhere I can land. And the general rule of thumb that kind of seems counterintuitive is if you find a duster strip, you're better off in the field next to the duster strip in a glider instead of actually in a crop duster strip.
Okay.
Feel that?
Yes, I did.
So there we are.
Oh yeah, we're going down now.
No, that's all. Yeah, we lost that one a little bit, but that big bump, we were going up. The air out here is going up about 500-600 feet a minute in some little spots.
I saw my vario on my plane one time. It hit 12, and it scared the hell out of me.
Oh, absolutely. So here. We're getting back up. We're back up. We were just up above 2,200 feet, so we actually had a little rise for a second. There we are.
Now, do we stay away from like cliff tops and mountains?
No, generally, so you see all those clouds out there? See the little puffy clouds out in the distance?
Yeah, that's
that lift. So remember how I was saying it's like 12,000 feet out there?
Oh yeah, I know that's where we want to be because that's where the lift is. But I mean, I'm looking at this guy and I've gotten thrown all over the place going over that. And it was bad.
Well, so the difference is typically we're trying to stay with the rising air, and so we're flying slower when we're going into it. So it's not like a Cessna where you're on the backside going 100 and you hit it hard, right? Okay. Because we're not cruising through it. We're trying to actually use that, and so we slow through it and go up the updraft and down the downdraft, right? So right now we've kind of actually got into this thermal. We just climbed 150 feet. We were down to 2,000 feet. We're at 2,300 feet now. You see that?
I see it. Man, that's incredible.
So here I'm just trying to keep a constant speed and a constant bank through this climb. And so we're just adjusting to all the little bumps as we're climbing up here. And it gets better, so I roll in a little tighter.
So the game is to circle around it and stay in it, right?
Yep, ideally. And we're just trying to draw a little mental picture of what's happening out here. Okay. And I try and decide, do I want to keep going straight ahead? Do I want to adjust to the left, to the right, up, down? What do I want to do as I'm circling here? So as we hit better parts of lift, you want to go, okay, is the lift north of me? Is it south of me? Okay. Hear that downtone?
Yeah.
So it's bad to the south, and then I look for other indicators. See that bird circling out there?
No.
Right off our left wing now, straight, same altitude.
See him. I got him.
Well, he's thermaling, and he's a natural at this, so he's probably better than me, right? And so he might be a good indicator of lift. The other one is there's a cloud up above our left wing now that wasn't there before, back just north of us. Like I said, there's little clouds popping in the valley. So we're up to 2,600 feet now. We've almost climbed, we've climbed 600 feet.
Yeah, look at that.
Since we started circling in here. This is crazy.
This is great.
This is what this sport's all about. You want to try flying in here?
Man, I hope I'm up for it, but yeah,
You're
I'll
fine.
give it a
Go ahead and
shot.
take it, and it's all about real fine movements and just staying in this same bank. So here, as we're in a steep bank turn, our rudder is really what we use. So if we need to get the nose up on the horizon, we just tap the rudder, really light on the rudder. See how that bird's out climbing us?
Yeah.
Look how high he's going now.
He knows his job better than we do.
Oh, absolutely.
Or I do, anyway.
There we go. And feel that bank angle shallow. It's trying to kick us out, so we just roll in a little bit and then back to neutral, right in there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's gonna take some doing, but yeah, I kind of have the idea. All right, may I have it?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
So here it's a little bit north of us, so as we come around this corner, we're just gonna level the wings for just a second, kind of shallow out. And then 1, 2, 3, roll back to the right. Roll in, nice and hard. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. There you go, nice.
Oh man.
And you feel how it got really good there?
Yes,
and then
I do.
we want to keep the nose down, so we keep our speed up. There we go, just like that, just same altitude, and keep rolling in, rolling tight. Feel how we're shallowing out?
More rudder?
Roll it, yeah, we want to be up about 45 degrees bank here, because that little bit of shallow is really going to elongate the turn. So we need to make that same adjustment to the north that we just did. So as you come around here, roll towards level again, roll out. And then wait until it gets good. 1, 2, 3, roll back to the right. Roll all the way into about 35 degrees bank again, right there, and then keep that bank angle, just like that as you come around. That's perfect. Nice job. See how it's starting to shallow? So you're pulling too hard to the left. Go ahead and keep that rolling there. There you go.
Yeah, I got neutral on the rudder. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Dang.
It's all right.
This thing is just, I'm doing this with my fingertips.
Yeah, it is.
This is a trip.
So we climbed 1,000 feet without an engine.
Yep, just coming up on 3,000.
Yep.
Whoop.
Yep, so level out for a second, and then roll back in. Roll in hard.
I tried to stall it for a second.
There you go.
Turned into a sightseer.
It's all right. There we go.
Oh, feel that.
It's incredible, right?
It is. I've never been in a, well, I got to do 2 hours in an M3N, but I never got to fly in anything that it could bank like that, really.
Right.
Other than, oh my God, if you do that, something's going to fall off. It's incredible. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, tilt down a little bit.
Yeah. Roll back in.
Oh, this is telling me I'm coordinated.
Yep.
Oh, I get it. Whoa. Damn sightseer.
There you go.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
I was tripping off the horizon and wasn't watching the airspeed.
Well, so that's totally fine though. As long as I've got to protect, even if we get slow here or fast here, as long as we fix the nose on the horizon, that's all that really matters, because we're gonna get bumped up, get bumped down. As long as we're sitting here, we want about 55 or so, but as long as my speed stays consistent, that's the key. Because notice our circles kind of got blown out a little bit, which is hard to tell here, but plus or minus 5 knots is really gonna oval out this, and we only have about a 600 foot, we're doing about a 700 foot turn here. The lift band is probably only 800 feet wide, so we're trying to stay in the middle of this tight circle.
Now, you determined that while we were going across it.
Well, no, just kind of general how big a thermal is compared to how big we thermal. As we're circling is kind of how it's being determined, sort of.
I'm gonna have to think on that.
That's a hard question to answer, but basically, the point is, if we're in a constant circle and we're going up, and then we change our speed, we're gonna fly an oval and move out of the lift. That's more the thing I want to think about.
I gotcha.
Not so much how wide, the actual numbers of how wide. Those are just kind of our generic, you know. It feels like we're turning on a point here, right?
Yes, it does.
But we're actually in this pretty big, you know, 800-foot round donut, which doesn't feel like it from up here.
You just had to mention donuts.
All right, you've got the glider again.
Okay, I got it.
Having fun?
Yes.
This is awesome, right?
Control this thing out for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back around right.
Okay.
Oop, I'm out of coordination. Oh, there, that caused some yaw. Okay, let's see if I can get that set right. Okay, neutral, and I've just very little input and just the rudder.
Yep. All right, let's go ahead and level out to the south next.
Okay.
I hate to have to get out of the lift, but we're gonna kind of run out of time here for this one today.
All right.
But that was pretty cool, right? From being down, I mean, we climbed over 1,000 feet.
Oh, you're telling me.
Over the course of 10 minutes.
You're telling me. Okay.
And so that's what we do out in the mountains all day long. Power traffic above us, no factor, but about 2 o'clock high.
Well,
2 o'clock, yeah. High, maybe 3 o'clock. I got it for a sec.
Okay, you got it.
Just off our nose now, higher, kind of descending. He's gonna come close, straight ahead, up.
I don't, oh, I see, I've got him.
But that's the kind of thing, like, he's not gonna even deviate.
Yeah,
He probably has no idea we exist.
no, this wing, no, he's not even looking this direction.
Someone in a Cessna 150 just plowing into Calusa or something, right? They're playing with their GPS. They don't care about us whatsoever. That's the problem with this area, right? You wouldn't expect to find glider traffic circling around here. All right, so
let's see, where are we?
So the airport is just in front of our right wing there. Down where the, see the...
Oh, I see it. I see it. I think I see it. Oh, okay, there. No?
Can you turn the radio up just a little bit?
Yeah. Okay.
There's someone calling, bro, Mike.
Negative.
Alright, so, have you ever done any aerobatics in gliders? Or in airplanes?
Yeah, I've got 2 hours and an N3N, scared the crap out of myself. It was great.
Nice. Do you mind if I do a wing over and show you what that's like?
Sure.
Alright, so...
Do I have to clean up the seat?
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm just going to do a nice little gentle wing over here. And so we're going to speed up to about 80 so you can see what the speed range is like in this. And we're going to do a big swoop and turn to the left, okay?
Okay.
You ready? Feel it drop in?
Yeah, I'm watching airspeed.
We're about to up to about 80. Wow. And then just nice and gentle, we're going to come up and over to the left, okay?
Okay.
Just look how quickly these things bleed energy.
Holy cow. It's just like we're grabbing a pole.
Yep, and right on around the corner, right? And then back up to same airspeed. So we can be running along in thermals and pull right up into a thermal and turn right around the point in that little tiny 800-foot wide circle. Right? It's crazy.
That's incredible. These things look so fragile.
Oh, it's incredible their range. And then we talked about how you get on the ground, right? So we talked about the different range and the spoilers and the sink rates, right?
Right.
So in a power plane, what do we do to get down?
We sit there, cut our power, get to the speed we want, open the flaps to whatever percentage it is for the aircraft, and just slowly descend.
Right? Or we slip.
Yeah,
right?
if you get blown sideways, yeah, you slip.
Well, so this thing, you can do a forward slip, right? For altitude loss, see that? We're going towards the hangar, but I'm cross-controlled. I use right or left aileron. I use the side of the glider as a dive brake.
Forward slip. Would somebody call that crabbing?
No, so crabbing and slipping is different. Crabbing is I pointed into the wind, but I'm pointed right, but I'm traveling left, right?
Okay, so what's the difference between that and what we just did?
A slip is cross-controlled, so I'm still flying straight ahead, but I'm using, I'm uncoordinated in the fact that I have right rudder, left aileron, and I'm diving and using the fuselage as an air brake.
Oh, I can't.
If I'm crabbing, we have a wind from maybe like our right headwind, and I have to turn this way to fly to the left a little bit.
You're backwinding the sails.
Yeah, exactly. So here,
I get it.
So that's one way, not super effective. The most effective way is go ahead and let's pop the spoilers and see what those do. Grab that blue handle.
Okay.
Pull it back.
Oh, there it goes.
And pull back all the way.
I felt that.
Feel that?
Man.
And if I just let the nose drop a little bit, and we're descending very rapidly and not increasing much airspeed, right?
Yeah, check that out.
So we can go ahead and close those up.
It's holding just about 65.
And we'll close them, but not lock, but we'll lock them again.
There, okay, they're back.
Cool. So do you see the airport off our, at our 11 o'clock down there?
11 o'clock.
Off the left, or maybe 10 o'clock, left side. Out about a mile. Where the water meets the dead grass. All the green fields meet the dead grass fields.
Oh.
So see the houses?
Yes.
Just over our wing. Now go up the road, and we're on just this side of the road. There's a big open hangar.
Okay, I lost it again.
Put the nose on it. The nose is pointing at it. Now, straight ahead.
All right,
See it?
I see it.
Cool.
I see it.
So, our entry point for the pattern is these two white barns down here over our right wing. See those two white east-west running barns?
3 o'clock?
Yep, 3 o'clock. So those are called two barns.
80 Zulu, I'm going to box the wake for November Mike.
And at this, at
Copy
two
that, box
barns,
away.
we want to slow up to minimum sync and just start circling. We're going to sit here and just do some light 360s, and we're going to start running our checklist and getting prepared to land.
Okay.
So we have that before landing checklist. You want to go ahead and read that off?
Before landing, okay.
Or pre-landing.
Okay, gear down and locked.
So it's fixed gear, that's perfect.
Okay, traffic.
We haven't seen any traffic. Well, we saw traffic earlier, but I don't see any traffic on the runway, and the other traffic is on tow heading out, so I don't see anyone getting ready to take off.
Okey-doke, wind speed and direction.
Wind is light out of the north when we took off. I don't really see a whole lot of wind up here. This is reading north at 10 on the Vario. I'll show you how to read the computer later, but it shows us that there's a little wind out of the north.
Airspeed.
So we're shooting for 55 knots, which is the speed we've been flying pretty much the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Good.
And trim.
So it's trimmed out for 55. I'm hands off and it's flying 55.
All right.
And then we're going to check the spoilers again.
Okay.
Go ahead and bring those out. We bring them all the way out full, and we can feel that resistance of the wheel brake. And then we can close them but not lock them. Okay. Now we're just going to hold them closed there.
Right.
And we're going to enter a downwind now. So we've done the checklist, and we're going to radio our position. Waves traffic, glider Bravo Mike's entering left downwind for 16 Williams. So,
that sounds familiar.
Yeah. We're crossing 1,000 feet off the end of the runway here. Which is right where we want to be. We're looking at those two white lines about a third of the way down the runway as our aim point. See those?
I see them, yeah, I see them now. They're just coming up at 9 o'clock.
I'm aiming for the north white line here. So I'm flying about 55 knots. My speed's consistent, my trim's at. I'm hands off the controls right now, nice and calm. We have lots of time in the air still, right?
Wow.
If I want to be up here for another 4 minutes, I could probably make it work. But instead, we're going to be down in a minute and a half. But just for timing-wise and fitting into the traffic pattern, there's a lot of time, right? We're looking for about a 45-degree angle back to the white line. So looking back underneath the wing, looking back at the runway, right about here is where we're going to turn.
Zulu for November Mike, I'll box the wake one more time.
We're going to open half spoiler
Okay.
and turn base. Now we're looking at the white lines to judge our trend. So the first thing we want to look out and say, are we high, low, or okay?
Oh, okay, I see them now.
And here, I'm saying we're okay so far. If I open spoilers, see how the white lines start to descend really rapidly?
Yeah.
And so we start to lose it. If I close spoilers, look how quick they come back.
Yeah.
We can really overfly. So a lot of room here in the pattern to make adjustments, right? So I'm going to turn final. I'm going to open spoilers again, about halfway. And again, we're asking ourselves, are we high, low, or okay? We're going to make the runway. Everything's looking good. We're about 55, almost 60 knots. We got a little tailwind. This is all looking good. The white lines are staying in the same place in our field of view. See that?
Yeah.
It looks like we're going to hit them, right? So we're going to come all the way in. We're going to carry our energy down to the ground. Here in a second, it's going to start to look like we're losing them. That's fine. I don't want to bring my nose up yet. I want to keep that nose down. Here in about 2 seconds, we're going to start to level off. 1, 2. Now we're going to level off nice and gently. See that?
Yeah.
Now I'm just going to hold the glider off the runway as long as possible. Keep holding back, holding back, holding back, holding back. Stick back, stick back, stick back. Let it touch. Let the tail touch first. Stick all the way back in our lap. We're going to check the brake. There the brake works. And we're just going to keep the wings level. And we're going to drive the glider right into the hangar. So I use the rudder. I'm coming around to the hangar intentionally. And I wouldn't get this close. Normally we'd stop here, but I want to get you all the way in the shade.
Seriously?
Because why not show off, right?
Hey, pays to advertise. What the heck?
There we are.
Very cool.
All right, you can open the canopy so you don't melt. Pull back. And then push right above your head. There you go, and then hand on the rail.
Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to evaporate.
What'd you think?
That is seriously good. Gave me the willies. I love it.
Great job. That was a lot of fun. And then getting out, you just want to sit down on the edge until both hands are out, and then nice and easy come up off. There you go.
Wow.
And then